why you're here. Right now, you have everyone and their mother telling you how to master the art of making a vision board.
It's how we're gonna turn our vision boards into a reality next year.
It's called the law of attraction, babe.
I've accomplished every single thing on my vision board this year.
How to create your perfect vision board.
What if I told you making a vision board is only half of the story? There are 5 things that I just need to tell you. 5 things that knowing and believing these things deeply work better than a vision board. But don't take my word for it. I graduated from med school this year, gained 150,000 TikTok followers, and gained the social confidence that my socially anxious self could only ever dream of, all without putting any of these on my vision board. Having a vision board is only just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that in this video. Hey, if you're new, I'm Christina and I make videos for people who are feeling lonely. If you're a people pleaser, overachiever, overthinker, over anythinger, then you are in the right place. If you've clicked on this video, that means one very important thing. You want better for yourself. You want to become your dream self. You want to live your dream life. You want to have the dream amount of money in your bank account. You want to finally have a job where you look forward to going to work. You don't want a job or a college degree. You don't want an education where you're dreading going to that place. You want to be appreciated by the people around you. You want to go on amazing vacations, you want to have amazing handbags, amazing shoes, amazing luxury items. You want to finally be happy. And what's worked so far, another thing I know about you, is that people online, people on TikTok, maybe people on YouTube, have told you, if you want that, well, make a vision board and put it on your wall, put it somewhere where you'll see it. Maybe it looks a little bit like this, like my one. If you make a vision board, forget about it, don't worry about how it's going to happen, use the law of attraction, it's all going to come true. Well, I have some news. A vision board is only half the story. Or if anything, a vision board is only the tip of the iceberg. There's some things that work better than a vision board. There's some beliefs and understandings and some just knowings that if you know and truly believe this and just live this out to be true, you wouldn't even have to put this on your vision board. It would just come true. Something I really want you to know when it comes to creating a dream life and stepping out of your current life and into a new one is that your fruits are only as good as your roots. Just like a tree that grows, say, lemons. The quality of the lemon is determined by the quality of the roots. For you in your life, the quality of your experiences or the quality of the items you're able to buy, the quality of the people in your life, the quality of all the fun and exciting things that you do, the quality of your job is all determined by your roots. And you might be thinking, oh, my roots is like my mindset, my confidence. I honestly don't even believe mindset is the biggest thing. I'm going to talk about that in chapter 2 in the second part of this video. If you want to know what your life experiences and the way that your life has panned out has resulted from, you honestly just need to take a closer look at your self-talk and even deeper than that, your self-worth. If you're someone that tells yourself all the time, because this used to be me, like give this video a thumbs up if you sound like this. I'm wasting so much time, I'm so behind. Gosh, how is she so far ahead? Like she's barely putting in any work compared to me. I'm working so hard just to keep up. Oh, I'm probably not good enough. I'm not even going to try. Why should I even try applying? Why should I try sending that message? Like it's not even going to be worth it. Oh, he gave me a funny look. He probably thinks I'm so weird. Like, gosh, why do I do this? Like, why am I so stupid? Why do I keep making this mistake over and over again? Does that sound familiar? It's all fun and games to make a vision board. You've got an idea of the lemon tree that you want. You've printed out a gorgeous picture of a lemon tree. Maybe even some other exotic fruits. You've got some papayas on your vision board. You've got some guavas on your vision board. You've got some dragon fruit. You've got some lychees. Like you've put out all these different fruits, all these different things that you want to reap the rewards of. If you want different fruits, you need different roots. You need to talk to yourself differently. And I don't want you to get caught up in the trap of thinking like this is a mindset thing. I need to be more disciplined and like be more strict with what I say to myself. Because honestly, mindset doesn't dictate success. Self-worth does. One of the biggest pitfalls that I see really hardworking, really ambitious, perfectionist, aspirational, intelligent people like you fall into is they'll fall into the self-help world and be really like engrossed by all the different books and podcasts and YouTube videos that they watch. And people like the person I was a few years ago, maybe this is you. I used to be so obsessed with all these books that I would make it like my mission to stick to them as much as I could. I thought reading fiction and like fantasy books was like a waste of time. I only wanted to spend my time consuming like content that was going to better myself, podcasts that would better myself. But I really do think there's a harsh line between filtering your life based on what serves you and then like filtering your life but almost to police yourself and tell yourself that this isn't allowed and this is allowed. Controversial opinion, mindset does not dictate success. Self-worth does. There's a successful person that has loads of money that has your dream car, your dream house, your dream everything, that has the exact same mindset as you. They doubt themselves just as much as you do, or they question things just as much as you do. They're unsure just like you are. They compare themselves just like you do. Like, you would be shocked to speak to some successful people and find out how they really think. You would be shocked. You think you gain an insight by listening to some of these podcasts, and you think like, oh, I'm learning how successful people think. And you learn about how they think. And you learn about what they do, but you don't always learn about what they believe. And I feel like believe really is the thing underpinning a lot of what will actualize into your life. A common problem that people addicted to self-help fall into is like, they really become their own worst enemy, and honestly the biggest thing holding themselves back. These are people that are so equipped with all the knowledge on how to like build a business or how to communicate effectively. These people know all about emotional intelligence and like speaking confidently. But then these also are the people that will hold themselves back and tell themselves that they're not good enough. They create I say they as if I wasn't this person. I created such a long list of rules on what to do in order to be successful. It was literally like I was separating myself from success. I was saying, Christina, you're not successful yet because you need to actually like put yourself out there more, then you'll be successful. I was like constantly creating gaps, if that makes sense. I spoke about this in my setting goals won't make you successful video, where I was essentially talking about like, some of us create a success contract. We tell ourselves, I'll feel successful when, and then we write a whole long list of things. I'll feel successful when I lose weight. I'll feel successful when I have a boyfriend. I'll feel successful when I have a designer bag, like when I get my first designer bag. I'll feel successful when I get a new car. And it's like we separate ourselves from the feeling of success. We tell ourselves that we're not good enough yet, and it's almost like we are holding ourselves back. Which is why when it comes to a vision board, also can we clock how small this vision board is? Guys, I made this vision board in like 5 minutes. I've just finished work. The time is currently nearly 10 o'clock. I had a 12-hour shift today. Work was, let's not even go there. Right before I left for work, I printed this out and then I quickly sellotaped onto the back of a iPad keyboard because I have no other board to stick it onto. But it kind of does the job. Also, can we kind of do a deep dive into the vision board really quick? I have some pictures of me, because huge tip, by the way, put pictures of yourself on your vision board. I think I have another one somewhere maybe. I feel like when you can see yourself on your vision board, you really associate you with those experiences. I have a whole bunch of speakers and inspirational, motivational people that I find super cool, like Chris Williamson, Cody Sanchez, Layla Homozy, I think. I find them all so cool and so amazing. I'd love to be like them one day. And lots of my favorite quotes. Community, which is a huge thing. An 100K plaque would be amazing. I cannot believe, I'm in disbelief. I almost think I need to like replace my eyes and wash my eyes, and because I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm so close to 100,000 subscribers. Who made that happen? I physically cannot even comprehend that. You guys are, as we speak, making this become a reality. I cannot thank you enough. Some of you guys are on this vision board. I have some amazing comments from you guys. And then I also have lots of different like group meetings / Zoom meetings, like community, people all hanging out together. Like, this is a common thing I have on the vision board, because I always talk about my community waitlist and the community that I want to build one day. So I'm definitely like visualizing that, and I'm seeing myself on the vision board with people just like that who've like, I don't know, done similar things. One thing I have noticed when I've achieved stuff like that I haven't even put on my vision board is that, just like before I used to have a success contract, I have to be this, I have to be that to feel successful. If I'm not doing these things, if I'm not achieving these things, then I'm just not quite there yet. Like, for example, if you look at your vision board and you literally take a look at something that's on there and you feel like, oof, how am I going to do that? How is the magic word. If you look at your vision board and think how, then you might have a bit of resistance. Now, I don't want you to panic and be like, oh, resistance, how do I fix that? How do I fix that? What do I do? This is the trap we all fall into. It's not your job to worry about how. I imagine a lot of you watching are probably very spiritual and believe in like the universe and a higher power. I definitely do as well. The older I get, the more I realize it's not really your job to worry about the how. It's honestly your job just to focus on the why. A lot of what's on my vision board is like making people feel seen and making people feel included and making people feel less alone. And maybe if you've watched a few of my videos, you know I talk about that a lot, and maybe it's like becoming a common theme, or maybe if you're new, you're like, what is this girl talking about? Either way, My why for everything on this vision board, from building a community or having some of your comments on my vision board, or from maybe hitting 500,000 subscribers, public speaking events, it all boils down to my why, which is like, I just want to make people feel seen. I want to be like someone that makes people feel less alone. I want to bring people together. I want a safe space for people online. I don't know how I'm going to build a community. I've said that in a few videos. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know how or if I will get to 500,000 subscribers. I don't know. I just know it's not my job to worry about how. My job is only to focus on the why. Something I've learned sometimes when it comes to goals sometimes has a bit of a gravitational pull on you. Like you sometimes feel really drawn to this goal. Say something, I'm going to use something superficial, like say a Chanel handbag. Say you really want the Chanel handbag. Like you've looked at all the colors, all the leathers, like you're so like interested in it. Like you really want this bag. The bag is almost pulling you towards the bag. Like you're kind of going towards the bag. Versus the way I now see things that like I just know will happen. I've got them on my vision board. I just know it's going to happen. I know it's going to be true. I don't feel like I'm being pulled to the 100K plaque. I feel like I'm pulling the plaque towards me. Like I feel like I have such a passion for spreading this message. I have such a mission I want to share. I'm crystal clear on the person I make videos for. I have a million things I want to say every single day I'm at work. Today at work on my 12-hour shift, every single break I had, I was like brainstorming video ideas and I was planning things and I was like reading articles. Like, what do I want to say when I talk about this, when I talk about that? Like, I'm pulling it towards me. I have such passion and I'm so like, my why is so strong. Any of your goals that make you nervous or you think, how am I going to do that? Try and think about what is the gravitational pull. Are you heading towards the goal or is the goal heading towards you? Speaking of which, if any of that resonated, be sure to sign up to my community waitlist in the description below. If you couldn't have guessed already, one day going to build a community of like-minded people, of people just like you. Yeah, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I don't need to worry about the how. I'm just going to worry about the why. So please sign up in the description below. Something else I wish I knew sooner, and hopefully something that will take a little bit of the pressure off of you and make you feel a bit reassured that like, I don't have to work my absolute arse off and I don't have to be constantly switched on and constantly reading more books, is that honestly, a vision board is just 1% of what you can achieve. The older I get, the more I realize like my thinking is actually quite limited. Like I think I'm this big brain, like so smart, like girl that's a doctor by day, YouTuber by night. I think I'm so smart and I'm like doing so much stuff. And I realize, bro, your thinking is so limited. You think you can achieve this, and this, whatever's on this board. Sellotape to the back of this iPad keyboard. You can achieve so much more. And it's not to say I'm trying to maximize my life, because I think honestly, the thought of that is actually a little bit like exhausting to me. I want to enjoy my life. I'm not really interested in like maximizing it, but that's the story for another day. The reason why I realized my thinking is limited is sometimes when you do fixate on a goal, you've got this idea of like, me back in the day, it was to become a doctor and go to medical school. I thought, oh my God, this is the biggest thing I can achieve. 16-year-old me literally thought there's nothing bigger than being like a doctor. Like, was good at math, I was good at science. I thought, okay, this is the natural route. Like this is the shining star. This is the North Star. This is the top of the Christmas tree. This is everything. And I thought, okay, doctor, that's it. And obviously, now that I'm 23, this was 7 years ago, I'm now seeing like, Christina, out of your week, of all the impact you probably have less impact as a doctor and more impact as a YouTuber now. Like your thinking was limited. Your thinking is limited because with the snapshot in time that you have right now, the snapshot of experience you have, whatever's on your vision board, you think, oh, this is the biggest, best thing I can achieve. Like, this is like, wow. But actually, maybe fast forward for you in 7 years, you're going to see like, oh, is this all you thought you could do? You just thought you could build a community, or you thought you could build a following online. You thought you could start this business. Is that it? Like when you fast forward in time and you actually, maybe you live it out, maybe you achieve the dream, maybe you actually achieve what's on your vision board, you realize that was actually limited thinking. That's not to say go away and print out more pictures. Not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, if anything isn't achieved on your vision board, because by the way, so much stuff on my vision boards haven't come true. It's just to say that be reassured that like, I don't need it to come true actually. I'm not dependent on this to come true because I know this is only a fraction of what I can achieve. And for those of you that are obsessed with like consuming all the videos under the sun and like almost like giving yourself a really long list of things to do and learn and achieve in order to get closer to success, I want to know, have you ever heard a successful person say, I achieved all of my success because I just followed everything that everyone told me to do. I did everything. I listened to all the podcasts. I read all the books. I just followed all the advice. I watched all the YouTube videos. I ticked all the boxes, and that's why I'm successful. Have you ever heard anyone say that? Has anyone ever attributed their success and their prestige to the fact that they were really good at following other people's advice? I'm just so good at doing what other people tell me to do. I promise you, success for you won't be because you followed everyone's advice. Success for you will be because you followed your own advice. I wish more people knew the power of intuition. I don't see enough videos on that. I see a lot of videos on ghost mode and or monk mode, not even ghost mode, monk mode, how to reinvent yourself, winter arc. No one ever talks about intuition, the power of your gut instinct. I want to do this. I feel called to do this. I have an idea. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's a good idea. I just want to do it, and acting on it, listening to your inner voice. No one ever talks about that, and it's the most powerful thing. And the last piece of advice I want to share with you, and something that I truly believe is more important than a vision board, or works better than a vision board, is the art of detachment. You've definitely heard of her. You've definitely heard of detachment, whether it's on TikTok or whether it's on YouTube. Detachment, you might have heard of it being spoken about in lots of different ways. I'll speak about it from my own experience and from my own point of view. Detachment is not about not caring and being nonchalant. It's not about not caring. It's just about trusting. Something that's helped me with this is understanding that there's a little bit of a difference between attachment and caring about something. Attachment to things and attachment to an outcome tends to be rooted in fear. Almost like you want to have ownership and control over how something's going to go. You want no surprises. You just want it to happen. And it's almost like a fearful desire. And caring is less fearful and more, I'd say, loving. You lovingly are open to how an experience or outcome will pan out, and you don't actually have ownership over it. You're kind of you're just more open, and you're kind of more receptive to how the experience wants itself to unfold. The reason why this is important is because attachment is such a subconscious process. A lot of what you're doing now is conscious. You're consciously clicking on this video, consciously maybe making notes, or consciously listening to it, consciously thinking, how do I do that? She mentioned attachment. Do I attach to things? Do I detach to things? Attaching to things and being attached to how things pan out guides your behavior without you even knowing. Before you've even typed the text message, the way your fingers will naturally gravitate to the buttons and say, oh, hey, how are you doing? That is all being dictated by whether you are attached or detached to the guy that you're messaging. Or the way that you open your laptop as you open your emails to find out whether you got admitted to your dream college. That process of opening your laptop, the energy you have, is all rooted in attachment or detachment. The way you walk into the party, whether or not you have open body language or you're a bit more closed off and shy, that is all rooted in attachment or detachment. It guides you without you even knowing. And this isn't to say you should dissect your behavior or make yourself hyper self-aware on how you're showing up. It's just something to be aware of. I find once something's on my radar, I tend to pick it up a little bit more. The thing about being obsessed with self-improvement is that sometimes I feel like you have the high of learning so much, and honestly, a bit of a dopamine binge. You just want to learn more and more and more. But then you get to a phase where you actually feel like you fall short of yourself and you're not doing enough and you need to achieve more to be good enough. You see oh, I can do this, I can work this hard, I can build a business, she did it, so I can do it. And then you tell yourself that you need to achieve all these things, and you weirdly don't feel good enough until you read the next thing, or you keep telling yourself that I just need to read a bit more, then I'll be better, I need to work a bit harder, need to research more. And it's such a toxic cycle. I spoke about this in depth in my You Don't Need Self-Help, You Need Self-Acceptance video, and if you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy that one as well. I need to go to bed because I've got at work tomorrow for another 12-hour shift. So I'm going to end the video here, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.